Then we'll turn it over to the players for questions. After we're done with questions for them, we'll excuse them, and then we'll have remaining questions for Coach Antigua.
Really sad that the season's over. Some emotional guys in the locker room. Got to give Temple a lot of credit. They did what they do. They take care of the ball. And I'm proud of our guys, the way they competed, and how they continue to battle and fight, even throughout the challenges of the game.
Please raise your hand if you have a question for players. Go, sir, and we'll take her.
Shannon Green, Orlando Sentinel. For the players, when you look back at this season, what do you think are the farthest strides that you guys made, and how are you going to look back on this season?
I would say we had a lot of times where we came together and we fought and showed that we could go win games, but we have to do that every game for 40 minutes. And we just got to credit Temple today because, I mean, they're a really good basketball club and they make it hard. They make it hard to get a win. And but I think our guys fought hard today, and I feel like we did everything that we could, to go out there and get a win. Unfortunately, we wasn't able to get that, but I mean, I love these guys to death, and I'll go to war with them every day. So we just got to go back and continue to get better and just continue to fight and just continue to learn and continue to learn how to win.
Chris, if you'd like to answer that question as well.
There were definitely strides in the season where we saw what we had to do to play better. And I'm really just thankful for the seniors right now because I really do feel their pain right now. I've seen this a couple times this last game, and it really hits them like, damn. And this time it really hurt me because I'm real close to the seniors, so I'm just thankful to have had them this season.
Chris, can you talk about the physicalness underneath in today's game in particular, and you guys' ability to hang with them rebound-wise at least?
We hung with them, but on the offensive glass, that's where they got us though. But big bodies versus big bodies is going to be physicality, so we matched it, but not on the offensive. Well, they got too many offensive rebounds, so that's what pretty much got us.
You guys hit that three-pointer there to cut their lead, within 10 right before halftime. It looked like you guys were going to come out in the second half with the momentum. What was the mood like in the locker room, and then kind of what did Temple do something different to come out to that run to start the second half?
I mean, the mood in the locker room was positive because we knew that we were still in the game and we wasn't even playing at our best. So we just wanted to come out and keep competing and keep competing. But I feel like they kind of came out and punched us in the mouth a little bit, and we responded at times well, but at times we didn't. And they went on a little run and a little stretch, and it was hard to fight back.
This is for both you guys. It's basically your team next year. Like, you're going to be the leaders. Jamal, you're only going to be a sophomore, but you were one of the leaders on the team this year. What can you take forward going into next season?
Like Coach Strick just told us, remembering this feeling right here, and like on the first game next season, just remember it, and you don't want to feel this ever again. So it's just extra motivation.
Just like Chris said, we just got to go in and have that focus and have that drive to want to get it done. And if we do that in practice, we just continue to learn and continue to grow. Because with all the adversity that we face, we never made excuses. So, and we're not going to make excuses now either. So we're just going to continue to get better and continue to be coachable. And that's all we can do.
Chris, you two guys will be back next year. All those guys in gray warm up to the end of the bench presumably will be ready to play. You got some good recruits coming in. Is this program ready to turn the corner?
I feel like it is. We're definitely on the rise. We got to keep our focus and play hard every single game and stick to what we do best. And I think we'll be just fine.
Chris, you had an up and down season, obviously a gap in the middle, but you had two really good games here in this tournament. Do you feel like you kind of went out with a bang here? Does that give you confidence moving forward?
Yeah, of course it does. And the fact that Jamal and I's chemistry, the way we were flowing on the court and stuff like that, that really showed me a lot. I really like playing with him. So he really made this weekend a lot easier for me. So I give him a lot of credit for that.
Do we have any more questions for our players? Thank you, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
Questions for Coach Antigua?
Coach, while your guys were answering some of those questions there, I couldn't help but notice you kind of had, as they gave some of their answers, you nodded your head, had a smile on your face. Despite losing some of the seniors, is this the group of guys that you want to be building that USF program with, the group of guys you have in that locker room right now?
Certainly, those two young men have grown, have learned, have become better people, better students, and better basketball players. And you know, we're fortunate to have an opportunity to coach them. They both still have a lot of room to grow, and for us in our program and where we want to try to take this, it's important that we have kids like both of them.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Temple as a potential tournament team? And secondly, can you maybe talk about the AAC overall? Is this league getting enough credit basketball-wise nationally?
The league is definitely not getting enough credit nationally. And understanding the youthfulness of the league and all that stuff, but when you look up and down, the coaching, the talent, the student athletes that are involved in a part of each program, it's really, there's depth, there's different coaching styles, and certainly think that Temple is a tournament team. You know, hopefully they get the opportunity to go and show and represent our conference and how hard of a matchup they are, how well coached they are, and you know, it's a team that's played it 3 times. They're very difficult to match up with. You mentioned the emotion in the locker room. Could you elaborate on that a little bit? What was it like in there? There were some guys that understand that their collegiate careers have come to an end, that they will not be suiting up and representing the university anymore, or that group, that collective group. And so there was some emotion in there, and that was good to see. That was really good to see.
Coach Antigua, while the state of Florida has produced a lot of good basketball players out of here, it's still known as a football first state. Can you just talk about what your process is in terms of recruiting kids to come here, and especially to help build a program that's trying to get a national profile?
Well, as far as recruiting, we're relying a lot on our relationships, both domestic and abroad. And certainly want to continue to recruit kids in the state. I think there's a nucleus of a bunch of young, talented kids coming up that are playing basketball and that are national caliber talent. And so, you know, our jobs is to, we're not going to get all of them. We just have to get a few that are really good, that want to come and be a part of our process and be a part of our program and be a part of our institution.
Coach, got it down to 35-29, a little jumper there by Chris, and then it just kind of got away from you. I think they went on a 9-0 run. What transpired there in your eyes?
we defended, we were taking care of the ball, and we were rebounding. And then I thought we gave them too many live ball turnovers in that series, where then they were able to get some confidence going, get to the free throw line some, and it just never could quite recover from that.
Coach, just a quick follow-up question to my earlier question. How important was it to you to come in today and have your kids have a good showing against Temple? I mean, you know, it's kind of seen as you have a couple teams at the top that are, I wouldn't say dominating this year, but that have traded places at the top, and then you have the lower tier teams that are trying to build their programs. How important was it to have a good showing coming in?
It was very important. It was very important, you know, for our program, for our university, that we come out and represent them well, that we compete and we fight. You know, you get into postseason play and it's 0-0, and so I was really excited, obviously, about the step that we took in being able to advance. Would have loved to continue to be playing, but I'm encouraged about where we're heading and where we're going.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.